go! This is the day that the Lord has made, baby. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome. Get in the chat right now. Let me know what city you in. Yeah. Motivation. Oh! Welcome to Motivation Mondays. I am your love and life coach, Dale Lawrence. Welcome to another edition. Listen, I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. Do not make me yell at you. You already see I'm struggling with the voice. The voice is hoarse, but y'all, I've been on every tincture that need to be had. Oh man, listen, I'm on the turmeric. I'm on the oregano. I'm on the cinnamon. The only thing I ain't on is keeping my mouth shut for Motivation Monday because the show must go on. Calm down, Dale. I ain't gonna calm down. This is Motivation Monday. Y'all know this is the type of energy I give. Listen, y'all, I had a power pack week. That's why your boy is hoarse. Thursday, Augusta, Georgia. Crazy. Friday night, Macon, Georgia. Off the chain. Sunday night, South Haven, Mississippi. Stand up. Where are you? Where are you? Represent your city in the chat. And if I didn't come to your city and you a soldier still, I want you in my chat going crazy. Listen, I want you to hit the subscribe button. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers. I'm 100 away. Tonight, I'm facing for 20 subscribers. It don't cost you nothing to hit that button. Help me help you and others all over the world by boosting up these subscribers because that allows our channel to go further. And that's what I need you for. Some of y'all won't give an offering in the Cash App or in the Venmo, but you can get an offering of that subscribe. Go hit that thing for your boy. Show me that you support me. Listen, Soul Ties Conference is coming up this Saturday. All roads lead to the ATL. I'm telling you, it's going to be absolutely incredible. This Thursday, I want to make sure I got the schedule right. This Thursday, Nashville, Tennessee. Friday night, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And Saturday night, Soul Ties Conference. God got to work a miracle. Between God and this tea, my voice will be at 100%. It will be. It got to be. I'm going on vocal rest after the show. Don't worry about it. But listen, tonight, you see the title. Tips on how to handle a toxic marriage. Listen, every week for this month, I featured all the speakers. Last week, it was yours truly, the host and founder of the Soul Ties movement. First Monday of every month for Motivation Monday is the People's Bishop, Bishop Kevin Foreman. He will be handling the ladies at the Soul Ties Conference. And tonight, none other than my brother from another mother, Dr. Stellar Award winning Kenton Jones, to talk about how to handle a toxic marriage. And listen, even if you ain't married, you stay right there. Because a lot of y'all in relationships like y'all married. Stop the show. You know I'm telling the truth. A lot of y'all are in marriages or long-term relationships like you are married. So you need to hear this. And for those of you going to get married or wanting to get married, oh, it's going to be some incredible stuff. So, without further ado, I'm going to run the commercial spot and then we're going to come right back with my brother, Canton Jones. Let's go. Y'all already know what it is. Motivation Monday. We getting ready for the conference of all conferences. DETOX. Soul Ties. I'm bringing to the ATL. And you see who I got with me. None other than my brother, K. Jones.
Yes, sir.
Jones, Dr.
Yes, sir.
Jones. What's happening, my brother?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing, Bishop?
Man, listen, I'm on the road. I'm outside of my studio. I'm kind of upset that you look so sexy in your background with the free life and you doing your thing. And I got this funky wallpaper back here, but we going to make it do what it do because it is the last Motivation Monday before the Soul Ties Conference on the 24th. Yo, my brother is handling, him and my sister, Ramona Stale Jones, are handling marriages. And this is the topic tonight, and this is what we're going to get into.
All right.
Why is your marriage messy?
Why is your marriage messy? Wow.
Yeah. Why is your marriage messy? Now, I don't want to get into the message you're going to do at the conference because we need you to get to the conference. All roads lead to the ATL. Go to www.thesoultiesmovement.com to get your ticket so you don't miss what this man and his wife is going to do, because I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. But I just want to give the people just a taste because I'm hearing stuff, brother. I'm getting the DMs. They want to know. I'm just going to shoot out some of the messy things that are in marriage that I just want you to hit on. We're going to give them an appetizer tonight. I just want you to hit on. And then, of course, you and Ramona come and bring that fire on the 24th. But here's one of the first things that I've been getting messages on. How do you, in marriage, handle a man who is bad with money?
Well, for one, you got to kind of ask all of those questions before you kind of get married.
Oh, man.
you gotta know, it's almost like an interview. A lot of times people keep things to themselves and they want to hide certain things, but you ask and you ask as many questions, do case scenarios. And I know you can't, the Bible says you can't have sex before marriage. And kind of everything else, though, we can spend money. We can see how this happens, and we can see how that happens. And you can kind of gauge how a person handled their life. I think sometimes people fool themselves when they are in a relationship and they see how the person is living or what they're doing. And sometimes people, out of an act of desperation, ignore what's obvious in front of you. and you ignore it because you don't want to be alone. And you know, sometimes people feel like you could change. I could change that person. No, you knew what type of person you were getting, but you felt like you could change that person. You know, especially women, they feel like they could change a man, and sometimes you probably can. But when you don't succeed, then you know you're upset with what you got. And so I feel like, you know, if you start ahead of time talking about money, what do we do with this or what do we do that, kind of set your rules, then you kind of know what's, you know, how we're going to do this. Now, let me say this too. A lot of times people say that, you know, people are bad with money just because they don't do what you want them to do with the money. You know, I'm bad with the money because we didn't spend it on this, and we had to spend it on that. So now I'm bad with the money. You see what I'm saying? But we were good with the money when we did what you wanted to do with the money. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, you know, we got to define what bad is. You know, let's go to the basics. Do you have a roof over your head? Are you eating every day? You know, most of us are overweight and not underweight, so it look like you're eating. All right. The other thing is, you know, do you have clothes on? You know, are you, and do you have the basic amenities? All right, now, phone bill, light bill, all that type of stuff. If the phone is off, if the you know, we have to, because society will make us feel like the extra amenities are necessities, and then that's not necessarily so. You don't
Okay,
have to have your haircut. You don't
let me
have
throw something
to
at
have your hair done. You don't really have to have your nails done. You,
But wait,
okay, okay, okay. So
hold up.
you,
I'm gonna
yeah, you
throw
better
something at
stop
you.
me.
No,
You
I'm
know,
gonna throw something at you because this
all right,
is one of the DMs that I got. Now check this out. She says before I got married, I had my hair done. I had my nails done. This was a bi-weekly thing. And you told me to leave my job, be a stay-at-home mom, but a sister needs upkeep. Speak to that.
well, if you were willing to leave your job, simple math will tell you, hey, this is what he's making. Like you got to do the math. Like don't. If you blaming him for this, and y'all did the math, and y'all was making twice as much, but you were miserable at the job, or you liked the job, or whatever, and he told you to leave and you left, you had to know that, hey, all of that's gonna come out of him. All right, and you're the stay-at-home mom for the advantage of the kids. The kids, you know, needed you to be a stay-at-home mom for the situation, or maybe it helps develop the kids better, or whatever. It helps our relationship better. And while we're going through that, we're sacrificing. All right. So there's no such thing as always up. You can even look at the stock market. It comes down. It goes back up, but it comes down. There is no such thing as always peaks. There's valleys. That matter of fact, you can't even tell what a peak is without a valley. You don't even know when you up if you ain't been down. And so if you ain't willing to go down with me, why in the world would you be willing to go up with me? And so in every relationship, there's peaks and valleys. And so, you know, I know that sometimes, you know, we go through tough times and you want something that's not there. And on the other side is sometimes a man make a plan. That this is just being honest. Sometimes a man makes a plan and it don't go to plan. Like what I thought was gonna work didn't work. I tried it, it didn't work. I gotta try something else. Let's go back to the drawing board. Are you gonna go back to the drawing board with me, or are you gonna beat me down for my mistake?
Yeah.
All right. This whole thing ain't you know, it's not gonna be perfect. It's how you ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing about riding waves, the dudes that surf, they got to learn how to ride the little waves, and they got to learn how to ride the big waves. But I'm gonna tell you something. When it's no wave is when they fall off that board, though. And so the truth about it is, there are certain things that just got to keep us together. Sometimes tough times keep us together. High waves. You know, sometimes low way when we doing good, we at Disney, we flossing, we got extra money, keep us together. But when there's no way, when there's nothing going on, when it's boring, you know, I told my wife, this is what I told my wife. Look, I don't know if we're gonna be rich. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but I promise you this: you'll never be bored. You'll never be bored. And she say she ain't never been bored a day in her life with me, because it's always an adventure. Always, it's not always an up adventure. It's not always a down adventure, you know. But it's an adventure, you know. And so, and we have fun living, you know. And so, I think, you know, sometimes we make a plan and it doesn't work, but sometimes you make a plan and it doesn't work. So we do it together. All right. And everybody can always start throwing stuff at each other. Well, you said it was this. Well, you said it was this. Sometimes it's like, you know, where are we today? What we doing right now? And let's go forward. All right. Can't do nothing about the past. Let's, you know, we can discuss how we can avoid some of the mistakes that we made. But in the faith journey, if you need more money, you have to do new things. In a faith journey, you know, this man working whatever time a month or whatever, and they gave him a set amount of money, and you already know where that money's going. Then why are we upset that we can't do extra things? You already know where the money going. That means we got to do something different. Okay, well, maybe you do have to go back and get a job, or some part-time, or y'all got to start a business on your own. Start selling t-shirts, lemonade, whatever. But you can't expect the same thing or something different, and you're doing the same thing. We already know that that's the definition of insanity. So you know, Ramon and I, we've come to the, hey man, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's try this. Let's try that. You know, and you know, and it's always us together. The whole point of this is it's us together. It's us together. It's us together. You know, who you need nails for? You know, do you want upkeep for me, or you look good for somebody else? You know, what's the upkeep for? Where's the heart behind it? I love you looking good, but if I'm looking bad and we struggling and your hair badly and you got the bad weave on and you tapping like this because it's way overdue, and I'm with you, then we down bad together. That's we down. But here's where the conflict happened. If you up and I'm down, or I'm up and you down, then we ain't together.
That's a problem.
Big problem. And so
let's tag this other one, baby, because I know we on limited time. We don't want to hit him with everything, but the messiness of adultery. You have some people in marriage that want to stay. They want to work it out. Give us and give the people at least a formula for how to recover when hearts have been broken in marriage.
Well, as the earth remains, seed time harvest shall not cease. So when there has been a violation of the relationship, seeds have been sown in that relationship. All right. Let's say the man cheats on the wife, right? So the husband cheats on the wife, and now he is in a season where she still wants the marriage and they still want to work it out, but she has questions. She don't want to have sex with him. She don't want him to touch. I don't want you to touch me. Some days are good, then some days are bad. She seems moody. I tell men, you are living out in this season the seeds that you sown in last season. You can't.
Man, that's good.
What you have to do in this season is plant new seeds. You cannot look for a reciprocal act just because you're nice to her. She don't have to be nice to you. Just because you are living out a season sown. And only way you can change this marriage is you have to plant new seeds in this season while you're getting your bad harvest.
Oh,
You plant in this season so that next season you'll see the result of the seeds that you planted in this season. But you want her to just forget it, or you want her to just move on, or man, why you bringing up old stuff? And nah, you got to live that whole season out. If you want this marriage, you got to live it out. You got to live it out. And man, she ain't respecting me like she used to. She don't supposed to. Yep.
wow.
Yep. Well, she not doing. You don't deserve nothing back. What you deserve is divorce.
Yeah.
Anything short of divorce, you need to be grateful. You're not getting none. I know. You got, hey, bro, take your cold shower, go work out. You're living out a season that you sown. Yep. And so, in order for that to be better, you're gonna have to live out that season. You have to answer all the questions that she have. You're gonna have to, go through that season, and then the next season come. The seeds that you planted in the season of hurt, it's gonna sprout up new fruit, and it's gonna be all right from there. But you got to live out of
man. That's good, Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
That's good. Last thing, man, to let everybody know in the Georgia or any area where they can get in a car, plane, train, or automobile, why do they need to get to this conference? You did last year in Tennessee. Now we're in Georgia. Why do people need to witness the Soul Ties conference? Let's go.
Man, one, you go through what it's like to be a single. You talk from the man's perspective, then the female perspective of all, married and single, just different perspective of being a man and being a woman. And then you talk about married people together and that dynamic. And so it is really good, man, because sometimes people are in a relationship and don't realize they have soul ties from other relationships, and they don't know what to do with them. And you're really judging the husband or wife that you're with, or maybe boyfriend y'all dating, girlfriend y'all dating. You're judging them based off of the damaged lens of the last relationship. And so because your lenses are damaged, you see every person the same way. And so you got to fix that. And so sometimes fixing what you see outwardly is about fixing what you see inwardly. And so that's what this conference is about. You need to come, you need whatever you need to do, you need to be there. We're gonna be sharing some real stuff. And I kept it a real rated G right here. We go we have
we
to
go
be
all the way in at the conference.
We have to go in, because it's real, and we answer real questions, and so you need to be there. Stuff I can't say right now because my aunties are looking. We'll say at the conference. Yeah.
Yes, this Saturday, February 24th, I need you to get your tickets now. It's going down. Dr. Kenton Jones, Ramona Jones, myself, Bishop Kevin Foreman, and a host of others. Hey, listen, are we going to get at least one song from They Stole My Computer?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh!
Yeah. The quadrilogy is out right now.
It is out right now. And let me tell you, let me be the first to say it on Motivation Monday. It is his magnum opus, his classic, his masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, man, listen. I'm telling you, man, that album, it's 4 albums, y'all, but the body of work.
Yeah.
They Stole My Computer. Man, just before we just promo that, share one thing, because God been giving you layers after layers, even after the release. What is God saying this week, Kenton, about that project?
Well, I've made a project, and you know this, but probably people don't know this, but people in my life, I make records about them. Or that I name the record about them, because that's the big change that happened. And this is the music that that came to me because of this big change. So 20 years, 3 months, 12 days is when that's the day I met my wife. That's my first record in the kingdom. The record before that, though, that I told Dale about, my only secular project was called Canton Jones Presents Canton Jones. It was after a bad split with my business partner and all that. And it was like, man, that's where the name Kjo came from. Because it was like, man, I'm doing Kjo, I'm doing me, and I was, and so, and then when I started to learn, okay, God in the Kingdom is not really about you, it's about everybody else or whatever. So I did a record for Mona, that's 20 years. Then I did Password. Password is really when I really started to understand who Jesus was, but that was also my World Changers record. Every time I go to those songs, I remember the experiences that World Changers. And then I went, and then Love Jones was born, my daughter, and then Kingdom Business is like when I started just handling business and got the revelation of the kingdom, and then which is really World Changers Part 2, and then I started doing the kingdom business. I started being about kingdom business, and so that's where the compilations came in. And then my son was born, Dominion. I made Dominion there. And then my other son was born. I made God City. And then my last son was born. It was called I Am Justice. My mom passed. I made a record about her. It was called Ghost. My dad passed. I made a record about him. It was called Power. And so finally they stole my computer. And the Lord tells me after all of this process that this record is finally for me. And I didn't know. And so I've been writing the songs for everybody else. And God said, flip it around. And I've been getting the revelation that these songs, it's like I've been writing letters to myself. And so it's been healing me. It's been crazy because of the emotions that I went through in the process of making this record. And now God is using the emotions that I lost, and He's filling me back up. It's amazing. It's so amazing. And I know it sounds weird. You got to follow the story of my computer being stolen. You got to go follow me on IG, THE Canton Jones. Find my daughter on a pink background and start from there. She's gonna explain the whole record to you. And They Stole My Computer is something that is a living project. It's a living project. It gives me revelation every day. Yeah, man.
Living project. So there it is, baby. Dr. Jones, this Saturday, ATL. Be there. Back to you, kid.
Love you, brother.
That's what I'm talking about. Nothing but that work. And that's just a teaser. My sister wasn't even with him. Ramona wasn't even with him. But listen, we got it from the woman side and the male side. Everything you need, we got everybody covered. Single men, single ladies, marriage. This Saturday, all roads lead to the ATL. Get your ticket tonight. Make a road trip out of it. Catch a flight. Y'all remember that challenge a while ago? You'll catch a flight for the D. You'll drive all night for the D. Well, you need to fly for the D. The DETOX. Come on. Yeah. Soul Times Conference, baby, this Saturday. Listen, y'all know what it is, man. If we're blessing you, support the movement, support the ministry, sow a seed into that word tonight. Listen, each and every Monday night, we do it just like this. Kingdom motivation for your life situation. Motivation Mondays, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central. Hit the subscribe button. That way you can get the notification when we go. But I'm telling you right now, it's a staple. Mondays belong to the movement. Soul Ties movement, that is. So, for some of you, I'll see you in Nashville on Thursday. For some of you, I'll see you in Cape Girardeau on Friday. For most of you, I will see you Saturday in the ATL for the Soul Tides Conference. And all of you, I'll see you next Monday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. I am the Love and Life Coach. Until then, stay in faith, stay focused, and stay motivated.